Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings. Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. A fantastic 3 points at Selhurst Park for the Toffees. Yeah. Spoken quite a lot about this game already over on my instant match reaction, so I will try and get into it. One thing I didn't mention over there, which I will just mention very quickly, why were people trying to, certainly Sky, trying to make a big deal out of the Crystal Palace goal that was disallowed? The ball went out. The linesman saw the ball go out. So why did they try and claim because VAR couldn't see it? Somehow that meant that it was a goal. The linesman saw it. He looked straight down the line. In fact, there was a video where you could clearly see it. It went out. I just don't understand why the linesman would try and why they would say just because VAR hasn't seen it, that therefore it invalidates what he said, what the linesman said. Absolutely strange behaviour. They're always talking about the referees on the pitch and stuff like that. Well, I'm not being funny. There's no better judge of whether a ball has gone out than a person looking down the line. Because from where I was standing, not standing, it looked like it'd gone well out. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I just thought it was nonsense. Let's get into it. Jordan Pickford in goal. Had to make 5 saves. Goals prevented 0.74. Yeah, he did all right. 2 high claims, 2 saves from inside the box. Pass accuracy 70%, which is obviously big because we do rely on him to start a lot of stuff. Yeah, pretty solid game for Jordan tonight. As always, really. So I'm just trying to think of like any massive saves. He pushed one wide where he probably should have just left it. He made a couple of big ones in the first half. One that he spilt him, but I think it was more like I'll just deal with it because there was no one around. But trying to think in the second half, did he have any? Didn't really have any big ones towards the end because I don't think But yeah, pretty solid game from him. So I would give him a 7.5. Jake O'Brien. Again, listen, there was always going to be an element of fatigue, especially with our back four tonight. And I thought all 4 of them at times looked a little bit offy. Not the whole game, just times that they looked it. And I think there was moments when Jake looked a little bit off it, but then others when he looked fine. Certainly trying to get up the pitch as a proper fullback. Won 1 of his 2 ground duels, won 6 of his 7 aerial duels. He was dribbled past once, clearances 7. He had a decent game. I don't think it was as good as maybe it's been in the last few games, but I think he had a pretty decent game. And he did get into their half. He did try and get up the pitch. You can see his heat map there. He did try and get forward. So it wasn't like backs against the wall stuff from Jake. And he's found himself very, very comfortable at right back. And physically, he adds such a lot to us as well. And I think actually their goal, I think he was going to clear it. I think Toffee came in and sort of got in the way. But I think a lot of our players, it was more mentally rather than they looked mentally tired at some parts of the game, especially when Palace were putting on like a lot of pressure. You could see players, they were like throwing themselves around and not quite getting the tackle, and it bounced to their player. And they just all of them looked a little bit off at times tonight. So Jake, I would give a 6.9 for tonight's performance. Vitaly Mykolenko on the other side. Obviously, you wouldn't imagine as much physical stuff. Ground duels, 1 out of 2, 1 out of 1, 2 out of 3 aerial duels, dribbles past none, 4 clearances. His heat map is a little bit less sort of, I don't know. There's a little bit in there half. But again, can't find in general much to say, oh, we had a bad game. Can't really say, I'm not going to sit in and go, oh, he had an amazing game. Again, just some moments where you could see the fatigue levels but again, just being pretty consistent under Moyes. I thought he did well the other night against Salah. So again, a pretty consistent game from Michalenko. So I'd give Michalenko a 6.8 for tonight's performance. James Tarkowski, he's got really good numbers for tonight. Ground duels, 4 out of 4. Aerial duels, 4 out of 5. But I did think he had some moments tonight where I was like, no, what are you doing? He was like, I think their goal, he jumps in for a header he shouldn't. When I think it was Jake O'Brien who had it. And there was a couple of times he'd done that where he was jumping in for other people's balls where he shouldn't. And he was being a little bit erratic. He was moving out of defence and going to try and win the ball and then not getting there and leaving a space behind. He was just a bit erratic tonight. There was just moments where he's just like, no, just stay back and do your job. And again, for the goal, I thought for the goal, he should have done. He shouldn't. I remember it happened at Leicester early on the season for their goal as well. 2 of our players went for the same ball. I think that happens with fatigue and making bad choices, making bad decisions. By the way, I'm not a massive fan of Everton players starting to wear red boots. I know he smashed that one in the other night. I'm just not a massive fan of it. Jimmy Martin would have sorted this stuff out. I'm not a massive fan of our players wearing red boots. Let me just say that. Might be a petty little thing. I'm just not a massive fan. Yeah, at times he looked a little bit all over the place, Tarky, if I'm honest. 79% pass accuracy from 67. He just looked wobbly, is the right word to say. I think he looked wobbly at times. And I definitely think he was at fault for the goal. But, I mean, his numbers stack up. And there was a couple of times as well where I had my heart in my mouth where Mateta peeled off him. And the ball, luckily, went to Pickford. And it was like, it happened twice. And both times, me heart was in my mouth thinking, he's got the other side of him. Luckily, neither of them come to anything. But I definitely think he should have done better for their goal. Definitely so. Tarky, I would give 6.7 for tonight. Jared Branthwaite, he had a couple of moments as well. I think their first chance of the game. Tarky missed it, didn't he? Tarky missed it. So to come off his heel, and then Branthwaite completely air kicked it, and they got the shot off. And luckily, it was really close to Pickford, and it hit him, and Pickford managed to save it. 12 clearances, 2 block shots, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle, dribble pass once, won 2 out of his 4 ground duels, 2 out of his 4 aerial duels. Probably our best defender tonight, all round. 81% pass accuracy from 60 touches. Probably our all-round best defender tonight. With again, without being amazing. With just doing his job for the most part. Again, just that little moments, but not as many as the other. But I think just the one early on was a little bit where he just completely kicked it. So Branthwaite, I would give a 7. James Garner, 3 of that. Let me start again. 61 touches, 68% pass accuracy. Won 4 out of his 9 ground duels, 1 out of his 2 aerial duels. Just show you this heat map there. Yeah, I mean, he's everywhere in sort of like the middle third on the right-hand side. Doesn't really come over on the left at all. But I think between him and Garner, Jesse Garner-Gay, they did a decent job without being amazing. I think at times they were a little bit outnumbered, but and I think the opposition had more energy, and obviously the subs they made provided them with more energy. 3 clearances, 1 block shot, 1 interception, 3 tackles, dribble pass once. But I think him and the Disagana guy worked really hard in there. Wasn't pretty. Wasn't we weren't really in control. That was the other thing tonight. We weren't really in control of the game at times. But I thought between them, they did pretty well. They did pretty well. So, James Garner. And again, James Garner's another game coming back from injury. Again, he's put a lot into Everton in the last couple of weeks when he hadn't played for like 4 months. He's had to put a hell of a lot in. And again, I thought he did well on that side of things as well tonight. So James Garner, I would give a 6.9 for tonight's performance. Adisa Garner-Gay, as I said, he's occupying the other side of the pitch, mostly the left-hand side. So between them, they had that sussed out. Adisa, 79% pass accuracy from 48. Ground duels 114 out of 11. Maybe not as many as he normally does. But always there, always getting a foot in, always trying to stop the opposition. Not his best game in the world, but thought he did pretty well. So, in terms of what the game, how hard he worked on Wednesday. So I would give a 6.8 for tonight. Lindstrom played 79 minutes. Had a fantastic opportunity, I thought, to score. Had a couple of opportunities. Had one really late on in the first half as well, after we'd gone 1-0 up. Ball into him and first touch. And for the other one, the shot. Took a really good touch, but the shot, really, really poor. I still think he's a bit lightweight. I still think he needs to be a bit stronger. Won 4 out of 9 ground duels. I just think he needs to be a bit stronger and have a bit more conviction in what he's doing. And just being a little bit more on it. I don't know. Put it this way: if they asked me tomorrow if we were going to buy him for the money, I'd say no. But I just want to see a little bit more from him. I don't know, maybe if he'd rolled that, it just puts a bit more bend on the one in the second half. He scores there. And that or the one in the first half, he just hits it first time. Just hits it across the goal. But it just seems to take a touch extra because he needs a goal or an assist or something just to get that confidence going. It's just not there at the moment. It's just not there at all. Dribble attempts 3, 1 successful. He doesn't seem to do anything with much fluidity either. I'd like to see his first touch being a bit better. Sometimes I feel like he stumbles on the ball because he's thinking about it too much. First touch, get it out your feet. Whether it's a shot or a cross or you're trying to beat someone, knock it past them. I feel like he takes too many touches at times. And he's got to be a bit stronger mentally maybe, I don't know. But Lindstrom, I would give a 6.5 for today's performance. On the other side, Jack Harrison, obviously playing on the left. He's got a couple of good cameos. I'd say the same about him today. Bit more conviction. Thought he put a couple of good crosses in the first half. One over to Lindstrom, actually, I think it was. And he had one that he fired right across in the first half. He sort of went out the game a bit in the second half. 5 dribbles, 4 successful. That's pretty good. 6 out of his 10 ground duels won. Again, he's another one, especially as he's playing on the left. Get the ball and just whip it in. Just whip it in. Get it in the box, especially when you've got a striker who's in form. When you've got a player in there who's got a little bit about him, who's putting the ball, who's got loads of confidence. He's probably gonna have to play next week, so he's gonna have to. His output is gonna have to be a little bit more. Same with Lindstrom. They're gonna be playing, definitely the pair of them. Gonna be playing probably the next 2 games, definitely. As we're getting players back, or when we get players back, but certainly the next 2 games they're definitely gonna play. Just like a little bit more out of them. Certainly at home. So Jack Harrison, I would give a 6.5 to as well for today. Charlie Alcaraz, a goal and assist. What a fair start. What a brilliant first start to his Everton career. Again, you talk about sliding doors. You talk about big moments. Just see his heat map there. Right in sort of that number 10 role, really. That's exactly where you want him. But you talk about sliding doors moments. The core getting suspended, missing this game. And Alcaraz has come in and played 86 minutes. Scored the winning goal, got an assist. His assist was brilliant as well, running with the ball and then just laying it into the path of Beto, finished it brilliantly. And then his goal, so calm in front of goal to put that away. You know, on his fit. And Everton fans have got a new hero, haven't they? And I think he's the kind of fella who'll be happy to be the new hero. The way he looks, the way his attitude to the game. 3 key passes in the game, 82% pass accuracy. Big chances created 1. Shots on target 3. Shots off target 1. I really like this one in the second half where he took that touch and come inside with the touch and remind me of Mitoma's last night actually, and then gets a shot off. I just like that. I love that confidence to do that rather than going, I'm going to take another touch. I'm going to take another touch. No, I'll just get it down and have a crack. Could bend around the goalkeeper with a bit more, but I thought his finish for his goal was brilliant because he could have just swung at that, but the finish was of a player in total control of the situation. And 10 minutes to go, away from home, opportunity to score the winning goal, and you finish it like that. Don't often see that from Everton players. Don't often see that kind of calmness. And a lot of people are talking about, like, you know, new Tim Cahill. Yeah, he's a fella who knew when to score in the big moments. So it was really nice to see that composure. And we've seen Decore and Tim Idabunum in the last few weeks have opportunities. Maybe not as close as that, but they've had big opportunities. Decore's headed the other night and maybe not been as fully in control as Carlos Alcaraz was in this moment. And just the finish is lovely because it sits the goalie down. It's like a little dummy finish. It sits the goalie down and he's won the game for us. And it's a dream start for him. Absolute dream start. And we need the players like him to lift us tonight because of how hard or how much other players were feeling it. So we need a players like him to lift it. And he really did. And Everton fans have got, you know, another hero or a new hero. So absolutely brilliant performance from him. So I would give him a 9 for tonight's performance. A goal, the winning goal and an assist. I would give him a 9. Absolutely. Yeah. Beto. Beto actually got man of the match. Listen, I thought it was a brilliant all-round performance. I don't know whether it was a better performance than Charlie Alcaraz. I will say that just because it was a goal and assist and it was a winning goal. You can see his heat map there, how hard he's working for the team. You could see it till it disappeared. You can see his heat map there, how hard he's worked for the team. And he has worked. I think tonight was a fantastic all-round performance from Beto. He gets a goal. Maybe he should have had a second goal. Keeper made a decent save. 55 touches. That's a lot of touches for a centre forward for us. A goal from an expected XG of 0.34. 4 out of 12 ground duels. 13 out of 20 aerial duels. They've definitely been working on that because that was nowhere near as high even a couple of games ago. So they've definitely been working on that. Getting your body in, being strong and making sure the opposition doesn't get the flick on. So they've been working on that. Absolutely. 13 out of 20 is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So you can tell they've been working on that, as I said. 55 touches, 57% pass accuracy for a centre forward. That's going to happen. And his all-round game has just improved massively, obviously with the run of games. But the confidence the manager will have put into him, the scoring goals, which is what he does naturally. And the thing about it, I suppose, if you can score goals naturally, you can teach them all the other stuff. You can't teach people to score goals. Said this about Dom, not a natural goal scorer. He's not ice cold in front of goal. Beto is ice cold in front of goal. Absolutely ice cold. And it's just something you can't teach people. You can't teach Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You just can't. But what you can give Beto is all that other stuff. And it looks like it's starting to rub off. And listen, we help him because we play that way. We're playing that way under the manager. And he's just so good in front of goal. He's so calm in front of goal. And that obviously gives him confidence for the other side. He knows he's playing. We said that as well. When Dom got injured, we knew he was going to play. He knew he was going to play. That's massively important for a player. I'm going to play the next 6 games. And if I do what I need to do, I'll be playing the next 6 games. And that's it now. Beto has made himself Everton's number 1 striker overnight. Well, not overnight, over 3 games. He has made himself the number 1 striker at this football club now. When Everton needed it most, when Everton absolutely needed it, you know, having 3 strikers injured and worrying about the workload on Beto, who hadn't particularly finished many games or played many 90 minutes. He has made himself that player. So, but you know what? He deserves it for how hard he worked and how he stuck at it. He deserves it. He's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And as I said, I'm really happy for him because he just seems like a really genuine person and someone who just wants to play for Everton. So absolutely fair play to him. Elliot, nice one for becoming a member, mate. So did he do more? Does that mean he's done more? I'm gonna give him a 9 as well. I'm gonna make him and Alcaraz equal man of the match just because Beto I thought worked brilliantly for the team tonight, but Alcaraz got an assist and a goal. He scored the winning goal, so I'm gonna make them equal man of the match. Ashley Young came on for 11 minutes, and you know he made a massive. He only had 5 touches, but one of them was the shot that led to the ball dropping for Charlie Alcaraz. So he's made a huge contribution. Is the word I'm looking for. He's made a massive contribution. Simple as that. Everton probably should have had a penalty, but it doesn't matter. Alcaraz put the ball in the back of the net, but he's done his part in it. So I can't at all. He's come off the bench twice in 2 games and been part of scoring a goal. That's helped us win points to 4 points. So fair play to Ashley Young for coming on. And I love the fact that every away fan or every fan just boos him, no matter what. They just boo Ashley Young no matter what. So Ashley Young, I would give a 6.72. Tim Erabunum came on. He's on for 11 minutes. I thought he looked really neat and tidy when he came on. A couple of lovely looked like he was always in control of the pass. Always played a couple of lovely passes. 9 touches, 75% pass accuracy. Ground duels 1, 2 out of 2. Aerial duels 1 out of 1. Kid come on and done exactly what was needed. Fair play to him. Fair play. I was tempted to start him, but the fitness is obviously still an issue. I'm glad I stuck with Charlie Alcaraz. Otherwise, people would have gone, "You said." But Tim Erabunum come on and he made a massive difference, I thought, in the moment when we needed it. In a moment when we needed some control in the game. I thought he came on and done brilliantly. So excellent stuff. It's what we want to see. I think since he come back, I think all his little cameos, he got an assist the other night. I think all his cameos have been really, really important. And long may it continue. So I'll give him a 7. And it's just someone good to bring onto the pitch, and the manager will have more faith in him. I do think that position of like, as almost a Decore position, or where Alcaraz started the game, is where I want to see more of him play when he gets the opportunity. But there you go. I'll give him a 7. There you go. Brilliant stuff. Another 3 points. Everton, I think we can all agree, are fine, safe, and we can enjoy the rest of the season, and we can enjoy the week. And if anyone's going to the new stadium on Monday, enjoy it. It's your reward for all the shit we've been going through. There you go. Make sure to check out Baz's videos. Make sure to check out mine's The Master Reaction if you're already. We're back on Monday around 1 o'clock live on YouTube, and then we'll be doing the final word over on Toffee TV Premiere. About R4, the link is in the description. The QR code's come on screen now. Thanks for watching. See you later.